Call the meeting to order.
Just wait. He's going to start you. He's got a string.
Call the meeting to order. Public comments. Board bylaws 9323 meeting conduct is available at the sign-in table. Whenever a member of the public initiates specific complaints or charges against an individual employee, the board president shall inform the complainant of complaint procedure 1312.1, complaints concerning district employees. Kylie, do we have any public comments pertaining to closed session?
Not to close session.
We have no cards for public comments. Roll call. Maria Aquara, present. Rick Raleigh,
Here.
Wilson So,
Here.
Dennis Bender, Christopher Nunez.
Here.
Now, can we please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Mr. Raleigh, will you please lead us in the pledge?
Right down here.
Please join me in the pledge to our flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to be going into closed session, but prior to that, I'm going to read what we're going to go into. Number 1, pupil personnel expulsion cases EXP number 102122. Item 2, conference on litigation, government code section 54956.9, subsection A, current litigation, 7 cases, 181, 3952, 190, 7172, 20111183, 202, 956, 202, 3366, 201, 3396, 2111303. Government Code Section 54954.5, subsection C, 54956.9, subsection D, and 2. And E1, anticipated litigation, 3 cases, 218-1907, 2020-2105, 2020-2107. Item 3, public employee discipline, dismissal, release, reassignment, transfer, leave, titled certificated and classified employees. Item 4, appointment, resignation, retirement, reduction, title certificated and classified employees. 5, conference with labor negotiator, agency negotiator, Dustin Conrad. B, employee organization, Apple Valley Unified Teachers Association. Item 6, conference with labor negotiator, agency negotiator, Dustin Conrad. Employee organization, California School Employees Association. Item 7, conference with labor negotiator, agency negotiator, Trinae Nelson. B, employee organization, unrepresented. Item 8, conference with real property negotiator, government code 5456.8, A, negotiation parties, Matthew Schulenberg, Apple Valley Unified School District, APN 31124171000 CJC Holdings LLC. And finally, item 9, superintendent evaluation. With that, we have a motion to go into, I'm sorry.
I ask for a motion to go into closed session.
So move.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. We go to closed.
You're live.
Calling the meeting to order.
Move fast.
We have a report for High Desert Premier Academy. Angelique Daniel. The student.
I'll get out there.
Student is in the room.
She's gonna get comfy.
David. She's fine now.
You can remove the mask, otherwise you cannot talk clearly.
Good evening, Board President Opara, Board Members Superintendent Nelson, and Executive Cabinet. I am Angelique Daniel from High Desert Premier Academy. We are excited to be here tonight to share some of the amazing activities and accomplishments we have accomplished this year. This year, our nation was able to welcome 4 new owls to the team. Our new assistant principal, Mrs. Garcia, our new lead custodian, Mrs. Arroyo, our new paraeducator, Mrs. Valdez, and our new CTE graphics design multimedia teacher, Mr. Bateman. Mr. Bateman will be starting our e-sports program at the beginning of the second semester. We at High Desert Premier Academy have changed our student learner outcomes to the 3 R's. Respect. Respect yourself, respect others, and respect your surroundings. Responsibility. Be responsible, own your mistakes, learn and grow, work towards your full potential, and have an education plan and follow it. Recover. Recover missing credits and return to school of origin if applicable. Recover from barriers and obstacles that hinder your growth. Another area we are excited about to pronounce is that last school year, High Desert Premier Academy graduated 90 students. Currently, this year, we have graduated 13 students and 74 more have the potential to graduate by the end of the second semester. High Desert Premier Academy has a strong relationship with Victor Valley College. The R ambassadors visit our students once a month to help students apply and register for classes. We have 12 students that are currently enrolled in the College Bridge program. Earlier this month, we were visited by one of our construction professors who shared with us about their CT90 and CT91 course, which students are partnered with Operation Confidence and are going to build homes for our homeless veterans. They will come and visit again next quarter to sign up for summer programs. High Desert Premier Academy has also encouraged us to learn through experiences. This year, students have visited the San Diego Zoo and participated in a STEM field trip to iFly in Ontario. Next semester, we will be visiting the Museum of Tolerance and Paramount Studios to learn about filmmaking. To show how proud our student population is of High Desert Premier Academy and the community and relationships we have built on campus, Mr. Smith and Ms. Garcia sent all of you a video of various students on campus and their experiences this school year. Please check it out when you get the chance.
Great job. Angelique.
Thank you so much, Angelique. Granite Hills High School, Ella Hausman.
Oh, the shoes.
Pry it out of there.
Good evening, board members, Superintendent Nelson, and attendees. My name is Ella Hausman, your 2021-2022 Granite Hills GC president. Currently, ASB is preparing for our first winter formal of the year, along with a pep rally revealing our theme. SCADA students hosted a hackathon against Apple and won. Our Family Center sponsored a Sparks of Love toy drive to give to families in need throughout the district. Staff participated by donating games and toys. We also had a winter sport appreciation rally for our mighty Cougars. Girls soccer being 3-1-2, holding 3 league titles in a row. Boys soccer 3-1, holding 3 league titles in a row. Our girls water polo team has their first match this week and are excited to be back after missing out on a year, as well as basketball. Girls basketball being 3-5 and the boys 10-0, winning a local tournament. We're hopeful of winning the league. Our competition cheer team with 35 students has their first competition in January. This month, ASB has been planning, skate is winning, staff participation, and our winter sports are coming out strong. Thank you all for your time this evening, and always remember, Maroon and Gray leads the way.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ella.
Yes, right.
Apple Valley High School, Daniel Oriala.
A little bit, please. Yep. Okay. Good evening, esteemed board members. I am glad to be with you all during this holiday season and bring you updates from Apple Valley High School. First with sports. Cross country competed at 2 invitationals along with their league schedule, and during their season, many athletes were able to beat their personal record. Our volleyball team finished with a great season with a 15-8 record and placed third in the Mojave River League. Our girls tennis team had an amazing season with a league record of 8-2. They qualified for CIF and kept going with 4 straight wins into the championships. They finished second place in their division after a close game. After many setbacks, our football team qualified for CIF and won 3 straight upsets, getting them to championship round, finishing second in their division, making history as Apple Valley's first CIF championship game. Our football players also earned all 13 Mojave River League selections throughout the team. On to activities. We have just finished our talent show, and it was a success despite the restrictions, as students and spectators alike enjoy watching our talented students. We have also closed our canned food drive during Thanksgiving, resulting in cans being donated to members in need in our community. As the year comes to an end, with its ups and downs, I believe that the upcoming year will bring change and motion through our school and town. Thank you all for your time and efforts towards keeping our school safe. And never forget, Sandoval pride is contagious.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Daniel. Union representatives, California School Employees Association, CSEA.
Good evening, President Okpara and Superintendent Trinae Nelson, Executive Board, and administrators. Thank you tonight for your time this evening. CSEA Chapter 828 has moved into the holiday season with our 3rd year Christmas Zoom party. There were lots of laughs, activities, cheers, and prizes. Everyone had a great time. This week, our members will be electing new executive officers, first vice president, chapter public relations officer, and our chapter political action coordinator. Our chapter is making good progress on the classification study, and we greatly appreciate the direction to move forward. We are working to get employees back to work quickly while following carefully COVID-19 protocols. In closing, I'd like to thank you again on behalf of CSEA, myself, and I wish you all a joyous and blessed Christmas season.
Thank you so much. Apple Valley Unified Teachers Association, AVUTA.
Cheers.
Good evening, board members and AVUSD admin. It's December, which means most certificated members need a break from the nonstop holiday chaos with their classes. AVUTA participated in the Apple Valley Christmas tree lighting last Tuesday. It was so much fun seeing the kids out of school, and for me, seeing some of my former students who now have graduated, married, and have babies. It is always a delight to see former students and their family. However, it does make me feel old in teacher years. AVUTA gave out poppets, which are the new fidgets, and to the kids at the Christmas tree
Got one.
lighting, which made everybody happy. The kids who get to play and the parents and teachers love them because they are silent. It was great to see 2 board members come and participate. Thank you, Mr. Nunez and Ms. Okpara. It is a great way to meet parents, students, and staff outside of our elements. I had many opportunities at the event to talk to parents and potential preschool students, because most people don't know if you financially qualify, their kids can go to preschool with AVUSD for free. I know that the teachers appreciate a head start in education and a learning classroom and expectations early on for the students. I think this would be a great opportunity next year for preschool and our family centers to attend, because we have great programs here at AVUSD. AVUSD should advertise themselves more so that parents become friends instead of enemies. Community involvement is my favorite thing to do as president of AVUTA. Lastly, I would like to wish you all a happy holiday, and each school board member has a great gift from AVUTA to show our appreciation. Thank you for the opportunity tonight to speak to each of you.
Thank you so much. Closed session reports.
Okay. We have quite a bit to read out tonight, so bear with me here. And the first thing we're going to read out, I believe these are
Just read.
hopefully in order here.
Don't worry.
If not, okay, B6, Conference of Labor Negotiator, Organization of California School Employees Association, on a motion by Raleigh, second by So. We approved the memorandum of understanding dated November 2nd, 2021 between AVUSD and CSEA 828 regarding total compensation study process. B6, Conference with Labor Negotiator Organization, California School Employees Association, on a motion by Raleigh, second by Okpara. We approved the memorandum of understanding dated November 2nd, 2021 between AVUSD and CSEA 828 regarding transfer requirements. B7, on a motion by Okpara and a second by Nunez, we approved the compensation agreement with unrepresented employees. Unrepresented employees are defined as classified management, certificated management, confidential, and supervisory positions. The compensation is as follows. Effective July 1, 2021, health and welfare cap increases to $15,000. A one-time off-schedule payment of the equivalent of 5% of total compensation for the aforementioned unrepresented group, structured as follows. $5,000 one-time payment to all unrepresented employees that do not participate in the district provided health and welfare program. A 3.4 one-time payout to all unrepresented employees. B6, Conference with Labor Negotiator Organization, California Schools Employee Association, on a motion by Nunez, second by Okpara. We approved the memorandum of understanding dated November 2nd, 2021 between AVUSD, CSEA 828 regarding COVID-19 leave and testing requirements. On B5, Conference with Labor Negotiator Organization, Apple Valley Unified Teachers Association. Motion by Bender, second by So. We approved the memorandum of understanding dated November 19, 2021 between AVUSD and AVUTA regarding COVID-19 leave and testing requirements. B4, Public Employee Appointment, Resignation, Retirement, Reductions, Certificated and Classified Employees. On a motion by So, second by Nunez, we approved the appointment of Clarissa Harper Agard as High School Assistant Principal on assignment effective 12/14/2021, range 8, column 1, 210 days, 210 days. B4, Public Employee Appointment, Resignation, Retirement, Reduction, Certificated and Classified Employees. On a motion by Bender, second by So, we approved the appointment of Michelle Ponce as K-8 Principal on assignment effective 12/14/2021, range 14, column 1, 210 days. And that is it. Thank you.
I see.
In accordance with Educational Code Section 5017, 35143, and 7200, Section C, 2A, requiring governing boards hold an annual organizational meeting within 15 days commencing with and including the second Friday in December, December 10th to December 24th, to elect a president of the board, clerk of the board, the name of a trustee, and an alternate who will serve as a representative at the annual meeting of school and community college district representatives, and determining dates of regularly scheduled board meeting for the coming year. I need a motion to elect a president.
I nominate Rick Raleigh to be president.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Okay, we have, one opposed. How about the clerk of the board?
I nominate Dennis.
Dennis Bender.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, did I get a second for Dennis Bender? Sorry.
Wilson.
Okay, Wilson. Wilson was this. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? A representative. I need a nomination for the representative for the college board. I think it's the college board. I nominate Mr. Nunez.
I'll second.
Any opposed? Who's left? An alternate. I need a nomination for an alternate. Mr. So,
What's this? No,
Second? You can do it.
okay.
I can
I'll
do it.
second so.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the meeting schedule that we have on file, did we approve, are we going to approve the meeting schedule for once a month?
Yes.
Any opposition for that?
No. Okay.
Okay, so the meeting schedule is approved.
Who moved and who second?
I need a motion to approve the meeting,
I'll
So-
move the item.
Second?
okay. You have it typed? Okay. Now, we need a vote.
Aye.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
It's about a meeting date, right?
Okay. The board map, now we switch seats, right? We can switch seats or we leave it the way it is.
Finish the meeting.
Let's leave it as it is.
Okay. The board may approve the agenda as is or add and or pull items from the consent agenda for discussion and or action. We need to approve the agenda as is.
So
Move
move.
Any opposed?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we have a recognition and presentation.
This one first.
Yes.
Mr. Ledbetter. I am. Hi. Mic check. There we go.
You wanna use-
Board, this is Mr. Cliff Ledbetter. We have been starting all of our meetings with administration, directors, sharing out any employee or representation of our core values in the district, either service, community, authenticity, or dignity. And I just have to say that starting out last month, Cliff was spoken about by several people at a director's meeting, and he wasn't even there to hear the accolades that were provided. So the director of fiscal in administrative services in the business office spoke about Cliff, and she apologized for not being here tonight to cheer him on, but she is at home watching. When she was asked if anyone came to mind to demonstrate outstanding service
authenticity, community, or dignity, Cliff immediately came to mind. Cliff has always been a great member of the AVUSD family. His cheerful demeanor, wherever he goes in the district, can instantly put a smile on your face and make you laugh, even in the middle of a challenging day. There's never a time that Cliff walks past anybody in the district without saying hello or checking in on them. During this pandemic, he's gone above and beyond. He's identified places in the warehouse to put all of the sanitizer that's been delivered and all of the things that have been donated. She says even if he grumbles a bit, he still grumbles with a smile. But the first thing that is most important to him is service to the school sites and getting those items delivered. Recently, Cliff has been picking up and delivering food from various businesses within our community to supply our food pantry, our district food pantry. Several weeks ago, he and his wife of a year received some very rough and challenging news regarding her health, and he was asked to take some time off to deal with all that comes along with something like that. In speaking with him, Cindy was trying to coordinate schedules to cover things and make sure that he had time to be at home and deal with and help and support his wife, who's also a teacher in our district. He stopped and said that he was going to come to work that Thursday and Friday because that was his morning pickup for the food pantry. And I quote from Cindy what Cliff said to her that day. "People are depending on me. This is important." By people, he was referring not only to Mrs. Torres and her staff who run the pantry, but the people who show up every Friday, depending on the district, to help feed their families. The past several weeks have been pretty rough on them, he and his wife. But he continues to make this a priority and has not yet missed a week of supplying to the food pantry. He is an exemplary example of what it means to be part of the AVUSD family and our core values. So we wanted to take time this board meeting, and you will see these in future board meetings, where we are representing an individual within the district that does an outstanding job regarding our core values. And so tonight, Cliff, you are the first recipient of a certificate of recognition that says, in recognition of your demonstration, representation, and dedication to the Apple Valley Unified School District, core values of dignity, community, authenticity, and service. And I know Jennifer's at home watching and thrilled, and we're sorry we kept you so long from her. So congratulations. So that's exactly.
Congratulations.
Thank you for your efforts, Cliff.
Do I need
Thank
to
you.
wear a mask for you?
Hmm?
Do I need to wear a mask? You know, this is all yours now, and I take yours back. Oh no, then that takes yours. So. It's fine.
Ms. Okpara, would you join me in front of the audience? So during our annual recognition meeting, annual reorganization meeting, it is always the honor of the superintendent to provide the board president the recognition for serving as board president for the past year. And so tonight, it is my honor because I don't think we really got to do this in person last year. It is my honor to recognize Ms. Maria Okpara for her dedication to the Apple Valley Unified School District as a board trustee and for serving as the president for the 2021 school year and helping keep us sane during COVID times. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I gotta shake your hands.
Good job.
It has been an honor, an absolute honor. Thank you. What an honor.
I think it's really cool that her daughter's in the audience tonight. happens to be here from New York.
Let's see her. Stand up.
Okara. So she needs to
Where's
stand up
Shama?
because,
There she
Hey.
is.
hey, we do. We recognize.
You can come up here and get a picture with her, your mother, if you like. No?
She says she's okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do I say something?
You're welcome to say something.
Before I sit down, I need to at least say something before I step away from being the board president. When I came to Apple Valley, it was for a job. I stayed to raise my children here with Apple Valley School District. I fell madly in love with the people with all their differences. I have created lifelong relationships in Apple Valley, and they have become my family in more ways than most. Each of us must come to care about everyone else's children. We must recognize that the welfare of our children and grandchildren is ultimately linked to the welfare of all other people's children. After all, when one of our children needs life-saving surgery, someone else's child will perform it. If one of our children is threatened or harmed by violence, someone else's child will be responsible for the violent act. The good life for our own children can be secured only if a good life is also secured for all other people's children. I sincerely thank you for the opportunity to serve as the president of Apple Valley Unified School District this past year. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, well, moving right along, we have a presentation on first interim from Matthew Schulenberg.
Thank you, Mr. Raleigh. If I could refer the board without a screen to do my normal projection, I did provide each of the board members with a paper copy. I'll do my best to refer to which slides I'm talking about. So on page 1 on the bottom there, you'll see the first interim report is really our financials as of this year, as of October 31st, but we're looking at our current year and then the next 2 years, all the way out to June of 2024 in this particular report. Does everybody have a copy okay? All right. So as I was saying, the interim is our financials as of October 31st for the current and the next 2 fiscal years. I'll be back up in front of you sometime in March talking about second interim. And of course, we always build in a multi-year projection, and we utilized last year's unaudited actuals, which does affect this year's starting point as we make those adjustments. We post any appropriate carryover from 2020-21, and of course, we make appropriate revenue and expenditure adjustments. So if the board would look at page 2, the top slide, there are 3 certifications possible when in an interim reporting period: positive, qualified, and negative. Positive means the district will meet its financial obligations. Qualified means it may not, and negative means a district will not. We self-certify our own financials, and we send to our San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools for their review, and they either can concur with our self-certify or they can make adjustments. In my 11 years in this office, they have never changed our self-certification in Apple Valley Unified. The bottom slide there on page 2, you'll see we will be filing a positive certification, and you'll see that reflected in the agenda item on the consent agenda for your consideration to approve the interim report with that positive certification. So I'll refer you to page 3, the top slide. Our current year budget assumptions and adjustments. We did make some assumptions when we adopted the budget last June, but we've made some adjustments as we've gotten to first interim. You'll see our budgeted ADA was the hold harmless, the 12,510, which was actually back to our 1920 funded ADA. The state has held districts harmless throughout the COVID pandemic, but this is the final year of that current hold harmless. So next year we're back on our ADA, either the P2 ADA of the current year or the previous year, whichever is higher. You'll see the first interim adjustments. We did adjust next year, 22-23 and 23-24 slightly. We adjusted them up. And we're adjusting them up because our enrollment is currently trending higher. You'll see a 3-year trend there on the bottom of that slide. 2 years ago in December of 2019, pre-pandemic, we were 13,263 students in Apple Valley Unified School District. You'll see that 12,800 was in the middle of the pandemic a year ago. And tonight, the official enrollment report that came out earlier today has us at 13,383, 120 students higher than pre-pandemic enrollment levels. That is great news in terms of enrollment. However, what is suffering slightly as we work through this year is our ADA. We typically are about 95% ADA, and we're struggling to reach the high 80s currently. It's a common problem throughout the state of California, throughout the majority of the school districts. And the state is considering altering the way they calculate ADA. Rather than a 1-year number, they're contemplating a 3-year rolling average as one of the topics that is being discussed at the state level. No determination yet, but something they're considering. The bottom on page 3 there, that bottom slide, you'll see the COLAs from our target grant COLAs at budget adoption, 5.07 COLA. Now that did include a few different things for this year. The statutory COLA for the current year was calculated at 1.7%. The state augmented that by 1%, and then they gave us the 2.31% unfunded COLA from last year and compounded that. Those 3 factors together resulted in a slightly over 5% COLA at budget adoption. And you'll see the COLAs have not changed as we've moved from from adoption to first interim. Now, we will get some updates for the out years when we hear the governor's budget proposal next month. And we're looking at next year's COLA that was originally projected at a 2.48, possibly will be over 5% for next year. Moving to page 4, you'll see these are the actual numbers on our LCFF sources. The slide on the top of the page there is our revenues. You'll see we've adjusted up slightly on our LCFF. That was from adopted to first interim, mainly due to the increase in the concentration grant funding that the state provided for Apple Valley Unified and several other districts across the state. We did make some significant adjustments in our federal revenues, and that's the way the state is accounting for and sending most of the federal one-time COVID relief funds to us. So we had to change the way we accounted for some of that. And you'll see slight adjustments in the other state and other local revenue. On the bottom slide on page 4, you'll see same kind of format for our first interim projections on our expenses. You'll see adjustments all in each of those particular categories, beginning with certificated salaries all the way down to capital outlay. Total expenditures adjusted from 197 to 240 million. Again, primarily due to how the state and the feds want us to account for the one-time COVID relief funding. And turn to page 5, please. The slide on top, you'll see this is just another summary of adopted to first interim adjustments, total revenues, expenditures, what we've projected in our net increase or decrease in fund balance, and the effect on our ending fund balance. So as of first interim, we are projecting an ending fund balance this year of just about $22 million, $21.9 million. The slide on the bottom of page 5 is the first slide that looks at our multi-year projections, and this is the current year plus 2, so it looks out to June of 24. You'll see on our revenue line, we're projecting an increase from the current year of 149.8 to the 23-24 school year of 161.1. This is on the unrestricted side of the budget, not the restricted. So this is primarily our LCFF, our main funding source for the district. The expenditures, again, from 122.5 to about 136. Then you'll see the excess deficiency. The line that's labeled net contributions. Those are unrestricted contributions to restricted programs. That is mainly our special education and routine restricted maintenance programs that are reflected in that contribution. And you'll see net excess deficiency. In the current year, our unrestricted side of the budget is essentially balanced. We have a $51,000 deficit on $122.5 million of expenditures and $27 million of transfers out. And as we move to 24, you'll see the effect of each one of those years on our ending fund balance on the unrestricted side of the budget. And again, in June of 24, we are currently projecting about an $18.7 million ending fund balance. If I could have you turn to page 6, on the top slide on page 6 now, this is the same information on the restricted side of our budget. You'll see our revenues are actually projected to go down over the next 3 years. That is the elimination of the federal COVID relief funding. Expenditures are also projected to go down. As that revenue decreases, we'll have to decrease those expenditures. You'll see we are actually projecting this year to spend any of our carryover, any of our excess restricted funds in the current year, thus carrying none forward and expending all of our restricted funds over the 22-23 and 23-24 school year and contributing to the restricted side to maintain a zero ending fund balance. So those two slides together culminate into the slide on the bottom of page 6. That's our combined budget over the next 3 years. You'll see we're projecting a $6.3 million combined deficit in the current year, and that is primarily on the restricted side of the budget. So in the 22-23 and 23-24 school years currently, we're projecting a $2 million surplus next year. However, a $5.1 million deficit the following year, and those primarily fall on the unrestricted side of the budget, utilizing our current projections. And again, this is all based on our financials as of October 31st and what we know today, and will change when we get to second interim next month. Turn to page 7. The slide on the top of page 7 merely talks about the components of the ending fund balance. The most important being our 3% required reserve. We are required by law to maintain a 3% unrestricted balance in our ending fund balance. And you'll see we do accommodate that in our economic uncertainties line straight across. We do have our 3% reserve. On the bottom of page 7, you'll see AVUSD first interim, the next budget milestones. January is a big month. Governor Newsom will get up and talk about his budget proposal for the next fiscal year. And we'll close our books. Well, we won't close our books, I'm sorry. We'll take an interim report at the end of January that I will present to you in March. In March, they negotiate up in Sacramento as I'm in front of you presenting our second interim. In May, the governor's May revision comes out, and we formulate our estimated actuals in preparation for the adoption of next year's budget. When we get to June, of course, we will adopt our budget, most likely prior to the state adopting their budget by the June 30th deadline. So we come back in August and we make adjustments to our budget based on what the state adopted and enacted. And then September, we'll close out the current year books. I apologize I didn't have a screen to project on, but if there's any questions I can answer for the board, I'd be happy to do so.
Any questions for?
Hearing none, thank you.
Okay. Okay, Kylie, do we have any public comments?
We do not.
No speakers?
No speakers.
Really? Okay.
Superintendent.
Then we'll move on to superintendent comments. Renee?
Just briefly, I think that the students that came up tonight and represented all 3 of our high schools did an excellent job highlighting being back in person and some of the things and activities that they're enjoying. I really am proud that they are back in person here and being able to represent to the board. We will continue to do those things, and I just wish everybody a Merry Christmas and happy break, because as Christy Croft had indicated, everybody's ready for a break. I know this. I know that in normal circumstances, teachers classified are ready for some downtime, and I know the students are. It amazes me that we are finishing our first semester. Our seniors are looking forward to a future and identifying what they're going to do after graduation, which seems impossible to me, but college applications are out, kids are getting acceptance letters. It's a really exciting time for those kids. So I appreciate Ms. Okpara for her time as president of the board. I'm excited to work with the new president and establishing some norms as well. And I appreciate the work you all have done over the past semester. Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to board comments. Dennis?
I'd like to compliment the teachers and the staff and everything going through this COVID. It's a time vacation to recharge your batteries. And I know in my case, it's time to get with your family. I have a son that graduated from this high school who's coming home, and I get to see a granddaughter I've never met. So just enjoy your family. Thanks.
Thank you, Dennis. Wilson?
Yeah, I want to thank the teachers, staff, and also the community for the patience. It's been a difficult year. I know I yell at a couple of parents and they're yelling comments, but it's not about that. It's that this COVID-19 has created so much stress in our community.
Yeah, I mentioned the COVID-19 has created so much stress in our community, and that's all hope. Whether we are a group for the vaccination or against the vaccination, that's all made the decision based on the information, medical information provided to us, correct information, not just the fake informations. You know, I have no negative impact on past flu shots, so I took the vaccination way back in December a year ago, and about a month ago I just get a booster shot just to be safe, because especially I'm traveling to Indianapolis to visit my baby daughter, who is also my dentist. So anyway, let's hope everybody stay healthy, and we'll look forward to have a better year in 2022. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Wilson. Nunez?
First, I'd like to say congratulations, President Mr. Raleigh, and to Clerk Bender. And thank you so much to Maria for your incredible service and leadership over a very difficult year. Very much appreciated. Congratulations to Mr. Ledbetter on being recognized this evening for your outstanding service. I know that Apple Valley Unified School District is incredibly robust, with lots of folks that go above and beyond on a daily basis. And I want you to know it doesn't go unnoticed. We thank you so much to all of our credentialed staff, our classified staff, and our management staff at the district. We really hope that you are able to take some time, refresh, enjoy some time with some family and friends. Remember, this is the season to come together, be together, and stay focused on what really matters. And that is taking care of each other, lifting each other up, and pushing ourselves forward to do better for our kids, to do better for our community, and for our families. So happy holidays to everyone, and thank you.
Maria?
Well, I've got to start by saying happy holidays to all of you that will be celebrating this holiday season. Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas, and any other holiday that is out there that I failed to mention. I didn't ignore it, I just don't know the names yet. But I wish you all the very best as you get out and celebrate with your loved ones. I also want to take the opportunity to thank the staff and the students and the teachers who are always in the front line. Sometimes we fail to remember the bus drivers. I want to be sure that I mention them this time around, because they're the first group of people that meet those children before they make it to our schools. I want you to please keep them in your thoughts every day when you see a school bus driver having to haul 90 students on the same bus, taking them to school and back, and just say a quick prayer so that they can take those children safely to their schools and bring them safely home to you. I'd like to wish the community a safe holiday, and hug your loved ones real hard this time around. Some of us don't have that to do this year, but if you do have a loved one still sitting around at home, go home today and give them a nice tight hug. Just to think about some of us who lost ours. This has been an interesting year for our school district, and I'm hoping that 2022 will be a better year when we return and we will look forward to what is great about Apple Valley, what we like about Apple Valley, not just the tumbleweeds. We like a whole lot more about Apple Valley, and I'm hoping that when we return, we can find that back, the joys that we have in our community. But I thank my fellow board members, and I thank the cabinet for letting me be as quirky as possible, sitting here for this 1 year, and wishing every one of you the best of times. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maria. I just want to begin by thanking Maria for her leadership. It's been 3, it seems like short years, but they've been long years that we've been on this board together. We got elected at the same time. And Maria has really done an outstanding job as president. She was really engaged, a lot of poise in class. And she's a good confidant of mine. And we had some good conversations. And for the most part, the year was pretty smooth until the second half of the year. But you really handled it well. And I have some big shoes to fill, and I really look forward to 2022 and working with everybody. And with that, thank you, Maria. Thank you. Okay, moving right along. Item G, we don't have any public hearings. And H, we have no special meetings at this time. And then we'll move on to, so do we need to, since we've already announced these, do we need to go over these again?
Yeah,
Yes.
administrative hearing.
Okay, so discussion on is recommended the Board of Trustees discuss and take action on the following items. And number 1 is approve the recommendation of the administrative hearing chairperson effective immediately on expulsion case EXP number 10, 2021-2022. So do we have a motion?
So moved.
Okay, a motion by Dennis, second by Wilson. Is all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, is there any opposition to the motion? Okay, hearing none, that'll
We're
be the
going to
order.
pull it. We're pulling it.
Excuse me?
So you either are, go ahead, Mr. Nunez, you either are voting
To accept?
to accept it as written, or to vote no, not to accept
Well, it
it.
was to approve the recommendation of the administrative hearing chairperson.
Right.
So we
So you
voted
either
not to
accept it with yeses, or you vote to not accept it.
So it's, okay,
So we voted not to accept.
Well, you
Now
have-
we
we gotta
voted-
take
it
the
should be a
single
no
You
vote.
had
votes now.
somebody that said yes, so go back and make sure that they're understanding.
okay,
what
let's
they're
do a
voting
roll
for.
call vote then. Dennis,
No.
Nunez,
No.
Okpara,
No.
So. Okay, and Raleigh, no. Okay,
That's that one we agreed on.
there you go.
They didn't hear Mr. So.
They didn't hear, Wilson voted no.
No.
Okay. Item 2, approve certificated and classified personnel actions as listed. We have a motion.
I move that we have
Second.
approved.
Okay, a motion by Maria, second by Dennis. Is there any opposition to the motion?
No, all in favor, to say.
They're all in favor? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Approve the request, item 3, approve the requested leaves as noted. Do you have a
So
motion?
moved.
I'll second it.
Did you move it, Maria? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
I did.
Okay. And a second by So. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. No opposition. Okay, consent calendar is recommended the Board of Trustees consider approving a number of agenda items on consent list. Consent items are routine in nature and can be enacted in one motion without further discussion. This procedure conserves meeting time for full discussion of significant issues. So we have 1 through 36 on consent. Do we have a
I
motion?
move that
Move that we
approve.
approve item 1 through 36.
Okay, we have a motion by Maria, second by So. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So the motion passes. And we don't have a reason for a second closed session,
No.
so we can move right along. And there's no action taken because we're not going back in. So closing items, do we have anything for future agenda items? Anybody?
I would like to put something on the agenda about child welfare and attendance. I need to get some information regarding their visits. We don't have any data on home visits.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Yeah.
Ms. Okpara has asked for data from child welfare and attendance on home visits.
Okay. Any other items that anybody wants to place on future agenda? Okay, thank you. Moving right along, is there any other comments from the superintendent?
I just would like to recognize that this past Saturday, a group of students from Granite Hills High School's Interact and Apple Valley High School Interact, along with the adult transition students from Granite Hills High School, came to the district office along with several community members to pack meals for food insecure. And so these are high calorie, single serving and meals that stay locally, 20,000 meals. And it was accomplished with the team in about 2.5 hours. And so the students made it enjoyable. There was a bell that if you had the perfect measurements, you could ring the bell. So there was a little bit of a competition going on. But the fire department, the police department, and the school district supported Rotary in doing this. So it was quite the accomplishment, and it was fun to be part of.
Thank you. Any other further board comments? Nunez?
Happy holidays and Happy New Year.
Wilson? Dennis?
None.
Maria?
None.
All right. Okay, so we can go ahead and adjourn, and then we'll sign documents. So do we have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Okay.
See you next year.
Do we have a second? All right. We're adjourned.
We're out of here.
All right.